There it is. Noise. Okay. I wanted to listen to something kind of jazzy today, so this is where we are. I keep... One second. It's like still too loud for me. There we go. Now I feel like I can hear me. Hi. I know it's been a while. Yeah, it's been like a week. I'm sure all 40 of you missed me so much because I missed you. Let's see. Last week I got my dog her surgery and she's being a total butt about it. So if you hear her whining, that's why. She's just being the worst. She had her checkup today. She's doing really good. She tore both of her ACLs in her back legs. So hey, she can hear me talking to her. I'll just threaten her with a squirt bottle. There she goes. Into the crate you go. Good. Lay down. I love you. So yeah, that's where I've been. I also recently got some teeth aligners. I'm using Bite. I have had one nightmare that my teeth fell out and it was traumatizing. That was this morning. I fell back asleep after waking up and it was not a fun vibe. So I had to deal with that. And then I also... There we go. Let's see what else happened. I went and saw some movies. I saw Bob's Burgers, which we're going to talk about. I'm going to see it again probably on Tuesday. I watched the new Kenobi. I literally 5 minutes ago finished watching Stranger Things. And yeah, I'm going to play with some makeup because I did my face already. It's my Colourpop concealer. This is a Kaleidos. These are the new. They're not new, they're new to me. I've wanted them for a couple years. These are the Kaleidos Space Age highlighters, but look how sparkly they are. I don't know if you can really see it. What if you can see it like that? Yeah, so you can see it like that. Oh, yeah. I'll just put it on my nose. So yeah, but I got a couple new Blend Bunny Cosmetics palettes. I have the Surge palette. Batty Bean made me get it, basically. Look at the inside. It's so pretty. I love this palette because it is pastel, and then medium, and then dark, and then shimmers, and then neon. Super excited. If I have a little bit of a lisp, it is just my mouth getting used to the aligners. That should go away soon. It's funny because I always hear people tell me that they really like the way I pronounce my S's, and I put these in and I'm like, my S's are compromised. But yeah, I figured I would just hang out here, do some makeup, and also talk about all the new shows coming out. It's insane, the amount of things that have come out. Wrong one. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm gonna get closer. I keep chewing like right here and I keep accidentally biting my lip and I hate it so much. So that's been really fun. I'm gonna start, I think I'm gonna play with this bright blue on the bottom and this purple on the top. And maybe the pastel purple as well. I'm just gonna start layering those guys while I talk about shows. Let's talk about Stranger Things because I literally just finished it. I wholeheartedly believe that Stranger Things should have just been one season. I think it was set up to be one season. I think it would have been a lot more fun if it was one season. And I think them making more than one season was a mistake because they definitely shouldn't have been making more than one. Sorry, 1 second. Was that me or was that you? I hear random things and I'm like, I can't tell if that's my stomach or if that's the dog. There we go. Put you guys there. let's get in with these blues. I'm actually, it's so funny, it's like 7:30 and I'm doing my makeup right now, and I'm literally just like, alright, I'll do my makeup now just because, oh, I guess I could do these neon ones. Trying to decide how I want to do this. I think I want to do this one on the inside. Doing makeup right now because I'm not normally a blue makeup person, but I wanted to have some fun with makeup, so I was like, okay, I'll do it at night, and then if it sucks, I'm gonna take it off in like an hour anyway, so why not? I literally feel like I have braces right now, and I've had braces before. Yeah. How is everyone doing? If you're watching this after the fact, feel free to comment what you did today. That blue is way brighter than I thought it was gonna be. Really excited. Like, look at that. That is crazy pigmented already. God, I love Blend Bunny. I'm not normally a big palette person. I don't normally love big palettes because I feel like they take up a lot of space, but since I started getting rid of makeup and trying to not be like hyper consumerist vibes. Like, is one eyebrow? No, I'm tilted. I'm like, why is my eyebrow not even? I've gone into bigger palettes as I've got rid of makeup because I basically wanted to kind of like keep things going as much as possible. And basically my whole point now is I try to buy makeup in a way that I don't buy more, and so big palettes work for me now because I can buy a big palette like this, and then I will not buy more palettes because I don't need to, because I have all those colors. So as long as I have those colors, it kind of prevents me from buying more stuff, which is great because I don't want to spend more money on makeup. I'll talk about Stranger Things in a second. I also, trying to think, I bought a Switch literally 10 minutes ago. I have a Switch Lite, I really like it. I play Pokemon, and I also play Spyro, but there's literally no way for me to stream on a Switch Lite. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, and I found a Switch, like a full one, plus 2 of the newer Pokemon games for like $200, and I'm super excited about it because I'm gonna hook it up. And then I'll start playing Spyro, and so you guys will get some gaming content, and I can literally play Spyro for hours, so I'll actually 2-for-1 knock out some Spyro, because I've been trying to do that for a while, and I just never have. I'm gonna go on the darker one. This is the shade This is the shade. Oh my god, my eye's twitching. Shade Stay. It's this guy right here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I take a week off and suddenly I don't know where my own setup is. This is gonna be a lot more 80s than I originally intended, and I'm fine with that. And I'm gonna finish kind of laying this down a little bit. And then I'm gonna prop up my mirror because I realized my mirror is really low and it's driving me crazy already. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I want. Hi from New York. Hi from California. I'll use the planner I bought that I have not used yet because I bought a planner that doesn't start till July. Like an idiot. Okay, that's better. That helps me out a lot more. That closer. There we go. That's a lot better. Alrighty. Yeah, my week has been interesting. Picking up modeling gigs as I go. Still trying to find work from home so I can stay home with Zelda. She has her other knee surgery in a few weeks. So I want to basically stay home with her as much as possible because she's my little goob and she needs to be constantly supervised. She's just hanging out in her crate. She's being a really good girl now. Okay. I'm gonna start basically playing with this, trying to get this where I want it. And if you think the blue is like disappearing, it is, but I'm also gonna put some back. I have a game plan. Okay, so I'm gonna start kind of blending it out with this guy right here, this purple, and then we'll talk about Stranger Things finally. Okay, so I don't think Stranger Things should have had more than one season, because I feel like the first season was just so good that it didn't really need a follow-up. I think they could have just rewritten it a little bit better to not need a follow-up. And I think that I would have liked it a lot better if it was just one season. I think season 1 of Stranger Things is a lot like season 1 of Supernatural in that way, because like season 1 has just a totally different vibe in Supernatural. Like it's very like classic horror, it's very low budget, it's very much like they're not showing you the monster to build suspense, but they're also not showing you the monster because they physically cannot afford it. They can't afford to show you the monster because they just can't. They can't show it to you because like they don't have the money to do the CGI. And I can't remember if Stranger Things was like, I think it was the first Netflix show. I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong, but I think it was. But I definitely feel like they have a bigger budget now, but they didn't in the beginning. So I just kind of like blended that out. You can kind of see. I keep a lot of my color in my crease because I like the way it frames my face. I've done like more extended creases and stuff like that, and I just didn't like it. So I just keep my makeup this way. Anyway, so yeah, I watched the season 1 after like the hype had already happened. So for me, watching it, I was just kind of like, you guys are just like getting off on the fact that it's just like an 80s nostalgia, like it's nothing special. And so like for me, I didn't even understand the hype because I watched it after the hype happened. And I'm using the dark shade, I think it's Covet. I keep reading it as Coven, and that's just my witchy brain. So basically, when Stranger Things came out, it was super big, everyone was obsessed, and I was just like, I don't care enough to watch it, because like horror isn't my thing, and sci-fi isn't my thing, which always surprises people that I don't like sci-fi, but I don't. And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, this is cool, and I had like my moment with it, but I was just also like, I think it's cool, but I also think that it kind of is unnecessary. Like, I just don't think it's worth the hype. And I've had people like argue with me, like, it's amazing, it's so good, it's so well done. And I'm like, do you think maybe because it has like a small amount of originality that you guys think it's amazing? And it's actually not amazing. It's just, we have had so many sequels and prequels to things for so long that we think things are original when they're like not. But I definitely I like season 4 out of all of the subsequent seasons, honestly. At season 2, I don't even remember. I was packing to move to New York when season 2 aired. And then when season 3 aired, I moved back to California. I was actually working at Target. That's like the only way that I can remember when season 3 came out, is because I was working at Target. And everyone was mad that we didn't have Stranger Things stuff for children. And I'm just like, Stranger Things is not a children's show. Why are you letting your 8-year-old watch Stranger Things? That seems a little ridiculous that your 8-year-old is watching this. Because season 3 was when like Billy gets like gutted by the monster. I'm also going to try to keep this as like spoiler free for season 4 as I can. So yeah, I definitely think season 4 is like my favorite. I kind of described it to a friend of mine as, it feels like those sequels to like Nightmare on Elm Street, like 4 or whatever, like when they get like really ridiculous, where like the villain goes to hell and like they come back from the dead. Like I feel like that's the vibe I'm getting from Stranger Things as it goes on, is it's like it's becoming a cliche within like the 80s film genre in that way, and it's literally just like, I don't know if they mean it to or not, but that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like the like 5th sequel in a franchise. Then they like literally won't stop making it, and people are obsessed with it, so they don't have to stop making it. And this makeup looks like trash, but we'll bring it back, I promise. But yeah, they definitely made it. I really liked it. It's really weird to see Jamie Campbell working, because I literally haven't seen him since City of Bones. I definitely like Dominic for Jace more than Jamie, but I see what they went for with Jamie. He's just like not attractive enough to be Dominic, and I like Dominic because he has that like weird European American combo. I don't remember if Dominic is European or not, but he's definitely a cutie. And I didn't know he was dating. He dated the Alex from, oh wait, no, I think he dated Haley in Modern Family. Like, actually, like in real life. Anyway, the fun fact of the day. So I am not planning on doing liner, and this is gonna need it. So yeah, I like season 4. I feel like there's a bigger theme going. I like the fact that like Max is getting more storyline. Max is getting to use, like, the actress is getting to use like more range. I just like don't love the whole thing anyway. Like, I remember watching season 3 and people were like, Hopper died. I'm like, no, he didn't. Like, he literally didn't die. He won't die. This is Stranger Things. It's not Game of Thrones. They're not gonna kill Hopper. He's like so popular. That would be so stupid of them to kill Hopper. Like they would not kill him. He's too, like, no one will watch anymore. And then they were like, he's actually not. I'm like, yeah, and it's not even surprising. I had the spoiler. I had the ending for season 4 kind of spoiled for me in a way, but I always also kind of was just like, I kind of saw it coming. Like halfway through, like it's like I had someone's like identity revealed to me, and then like I kind of like put it all together. I was like, oh, I bet that like this is connected this way, and then it was, and I was like, I hate having an English degree sometimes because like nothing is original in my mind. Yeah. Will I keep watching? Probably. Have invested this much. I kind of watch it with the mindset of like, you canceled Sabrina. Like, you canceled Sabrina for this. This had better be amazing if you canceled Sabrina. Okay, so I think I'm done with this part. And I'm gonna grab Dollhouse, which is also a Bled by Cosmetics palette. And it's all pretty. This is her like nude one with the twist. I literally only wanted it for this blue color. That's all I wanted it for, was this blue. I also think it's so funny that like everyone is obsessed with Eddie in season 4. And I'm like, listen, sweetie, I loved Billy. I was so mad when they offed Billy. Because like he was a cute, this is very 80s and I love it. He was such a cutie. And they offed Billy and I was so sad. But like everyone's like, oh my god, Eddie. And I'm like, are you just literally obsessed with any boy they make on this show? Like I was like, he's not special. I'm like, yeah. I'm just like, we're good. But I think, you know, it's funny is everyone talks about how like Gen Z is obsessed with the 90s right now, and I'm like, I think they're obsessed with like the late 80s. Like I think the late 80s are having a more of a comeback. Let's see what colors are in here. I might highlight with the highlight I used on my cheeks. I'm not living for any of these right now. But yeah, Stranger Things, man. Why are all of these gold toned? I'm gonna use what I used on my cheeks. So I used Flexitarian, which is a super shock shadow. Oh, I'm gonna do my lower line really quick. We'll use this one. And I'm trying to think of what else I had about it. I don't know. I really want to like it, and I never do. It just kind of like exists within like my realm of understanding. I'm never like a super big fan of Stranger Things, and then like they bring out more episodes, and I'm just kind of like, okay, I see what you're doing. I just unfortunately do not care. It's amazing to me how long the show has been going on. I know it's a pandemic. It took them a while to make more, and like the kids are definitely a little too old at this point. It's always eye goop that somehow makes it through. Oh, my brown is... Oh, it's fine. It's like my orange is kind of falling apart. Yeah, I like that. It kind of brings it out. Someone on TikTok asked how much I spend on cosmetics. I spend honestly probably like $50 a month on average. Some months are worse than others. I generally will take like time off too. I have a spending problem, but $50 for me is like a huge improvement because I used to drop like several $100s every month. And I had a lot of credit card debt because of it. If I could get Colourpop PR, my life would be totally set. But I'm kind of phasing out of Colourpop, and what's funny is like I buy things in like sections. So I will buy some stuff like I'll buy rainbow palettes for a second, and then I'll buy lashes, and then I'll buy liners. Like I just get kind of obsessed with something for a minute, and then I buy a ton of that, which is the problem because I'll end up with a ton of it. I was really into highlighters and blush for a while, but because I own pretty much everything that I need or I'm gonna wear, I don't spend as much anymore. It just depends. It's very much linked to my mood There we go, that's pretty. Very much linked to my mood. Alrighty. I think that's pretty much everything that I can talk about with Stranger Things without spoiling it. I saw the Bob's Burgers movie, and I cannot tell you how much I loved it. I have listened to the soundtrack nonstop, which is funny because it's literally 3 songs, because the 4th song is not on the official soundtrack because it gives away spoilers. But I have basically the 2 of the songs memorized already. I am like obsessed with it. I cried. I can confirm that they do talk about where Louise's ears come from. It's pretty clear from like the beginning of the movie that they're gonna do that. In the first song, she talks about how she has something that she feels like is holding her back, and she talks about like I think the line is, "There's something on my mind," and she looks up and it's definitely she's definitely talking about her ears. So they do like a teaser in the beginning of like saying like, oh, I got them for this, and then they actually go more into how she got her ears later on. So like it's kind of like a fake out, because she's like, oh, I got them this, like it's so quick, and you're just like, did I wait 13 years of my life to have it literally just be that simple? And then it comes back later, and it's so sweet. I literally cried. I made friends in the theater, which was so fun, because I go to movies by myself now, because I've been perpetually single for a few years, and I just really like to go to movies by myself. I feel like if you're with the right crowd, it doesn't feel like you're alone. When I saw No Way Home, I was technically alone because I didn't go with anyone, but I wasn't, because everyone in the crowd was so interactive, and we were all kind of like laughing with each other and making side comments to each other, that it didn't feel like I was alone, and that was great for me. So yeah, with Bob's Burgers, I didn't feel like I was alone. You definitely have that vibe halfway through where you're like, I've been watching Bob's Burgers for like 2 hours, which isn't. It's a minute. God, if it was a minute and 40, that'd be sad. It's an hour and 40 minutes long, and I had that feeling when I was watching the SpongeBob movie the first time too, where I was just kind of like, this is a lot of SpongeBob. So you kind of get that feeling, but it goes away pretty fast. I feel like you snap out of it pretty quick. I'm gonna use this one. So yeah, it's definitely, I would see Bob's Burgers again. I'm actually seeing it again. I want to take my dad to see it because it's very heavy on Louise and Bob, and I feel like we have a very similar relationship, and it's really cute. And I really like it. Yeah, I'm literally gonna cry again when I see it again. Like I know I am. Because that's just who I am as a person. I always cry in movies. I literally cry when Simba becomes king, and I've seen that movie. That movie's literally been out my entire life. My entire, like, a sentient life, that movie has been out, and I still cry every time he becomes king. So, I don't know why. I just cry really hard at movies. I feel like it gets worse as I get older. I think it's fun. I think it's cute to be that way. I'm gonna do a little Flexitarian. Kind of want to add glitter to this look. I didn't grab glitter originally, and now I'm just like, well, if I'm gonna take it off, I might as well add some glitter. I think I intended to add freckles, actually. I might do that instead. I think that sounds fun. Just do a few. Do Skywalker. Yeah, God, Bob's Burgers is so good. I cannot recommend it enough. I loved it. I've loved it so much. I think my only complaint is that Marshmallow doesn't have any speaking parts, but I know that they are kind of in the process of figuring out what to do with Marshmallow because they're trying to decide who's going to voice her still. And there's so many black trans women that I feel like could voice Marshmallow if they would just do that. But I don't know what's going to happen. They haven't recasted Jimmy yet, so it's going to be interesting. And then my other complaint was that Milly isn't in it, because Milly's actually my favorite Bob's Burgers character of the like non-main cast. I love Milly. She's so cute. I actually was thinking about dressing up as Milly for when I go on Tuesday, because like all I need to do is like order like a bunny suit off Amazon, and I could totally just be Milly, and it'd be really funny and really cute. But I'm going with one of the people that I met when I went the first time, and so I'm like, it's a new friend. They're not used to me. That might be weird. So we'll see. I think it'd be funny, but I'm just like, they might not like it. Maybe I'll just wear clothes that look like Milly. Let me get comfy. My hip is already locking up. Okay. What else did I watch? Oh, Kenobi. Oh my god, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's so cute. I don't really think there's like spoilers. It's the first 2 episodes. I don't think there's really anything that's gonna be like spoiling for the plot, 'cause it's like it's like the opening of the plot. Why does one eye look shinier than the other? That's gonna bug me. There we go. But I think the first 2 episodes are great. I was honestly like so convinced the entire plot was just gonna be about him watching Luke, and I don't know why I thought that. But it's not, and he meets like little baby Leia when she's like, I want to say 10. I think she's like 8 or 10. I'm sure they say how old she is, but I totally missed it. But the girl they cast is so perfect. She just exudes that really adorable, like Carrie Fisher brand of sass, even though she's tiny. She was apparently in Bird Box, which I always want to call Birchbox, and I don't know why. But she kind of reminds me of the little girl that played Hope Michelson when she was like that age. But it's not her, so. She's so cute and she's so sassy, and I would literally die for her already. Like, her like sassing Obi-Wan is just so adorable. Doing just like a little bit of eyeliner. Not really eyeliner, I'm just using a shadow because I just want like a little bit more definition before I put lashes down. Because I don't want to like actually do eyeliner, I just want to do this, but I really, really liked the first 2 episodes, basically. I am also a huge Ewan McGregor fan. I always tell people that I'm not going to make Star Wars content, but I will make Daddy One Kenobi content. And I've been trying really hard to get back into making videos on TikTok, but it is so hard right now just to find the will to live. That sounded really grim. To find like just the creative spirit. And it's funny because I know if I just like do one, it'll be a lot easier. Just need to get back in the habit again. That's gonna come out super patchy no matter what I do because there's still lash glue on that eye. It's my life. So yeah, first couple episodes of Kenobi, super cute, heavily recommend. It's kind of like the thing that I really like about the direction we're going with Star Wars is this like kind of like wayward dad-child relationship storyline, and people are apparently mad because like she didn't seem to know Kenobi that well, and I'm just like, I don't care, guys. Like, continuity is so fucked in Star Wars. Like, just let it be. Just let it exist the way it wants to exist. It doesn't need to be special. Like, it's Star Wars at the end of the day. Like, it's not. It is not the end of the world. Ugh, I always do this, and my eyes are like afterward. And I only really curl my lashes when I put lashes on because I think they look better. Is this the best look I've ever done? No. Would it look better if I did a wing liner? Yes. But I'm not gonna do a wing liner, so here we are. For a second I thought I grabbed my lip gloss. Yeah, I'm super excited because I did not want to watch 12 episodes of Luke, most vanilla person in the freaking universe, Skywalker. He was annoying and boring as an adult. He's not going to be less so as a child. I will say the "you remember me" of someone I used to know comment like took me out. I think what's great about this is that they're kind of showing how kind of destroyed Kenobi was after Anakin. Because, like, I mean, he was obviously destroyed. You can see that he's upset in the episode 3, but, like, you can actually, like, generally tell he, like, misses his friends. And it's also really funny to watch him kind of have to deal with their kids and just how done with it he is. But yeah, I wonder how it's gonna work. I wonder if they're gonna like show Luke and Leia like through the ages. If they are, can they please just recast Luke for the love of God? I am so sick of the over CGI. I think it had its place and I think we're done with it. I think we need to just let Sebastian Stan be the new Luke. And we just need to let that happen, and we need to just let it go. Because I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch Mark Hamill be Luke anymore. I'm so tired of it. They also released the new trailer for, I'm going to say it wrong, I think it's Andor, which apparently plays into Rogue One, which is going to be interesting to watch. I am just doing some tiny freckles that are going to be way too dark, and I just don't care. Because they're fake freckles, so they don't need to be perfect. I I totally forgot that I put these on the side. Do they look super fake? Yes. Do I care? No. Do I have actual freckles? Yes. And when in doubt, add more. Okay, I think that's cute. Got like a nice little amount going. My brush looks like it has blood on it. My sponge, well, that's why I chose that sponge. I was like, this sponge is being sacrificed. Yeah, I'm kind of excited for like this weird wave of Star Wars stuff just being really just immersive and also just like side stories. I feel like they have more fun with the side stories. I think I'm just kind of, I don't know. I'm really hoping they kind of slow down because they're kind of doing to Star Wars what they have been doing to Marvel, where they just keep making more and more and more and more, and I'm getting tired. I actually didn't watch The Mandalorian until season 2 when I saw footage of Luke because I was just like uninterested. I was like, alright, I'll watch this, and then when I saw that they were bringing, I'm totally gonna butcher her name, Ahsoka, into Boba Fett, or sorry, into Mandalorian, and then they were gonna bring her back. I was super psyched about that. I should not have put this much lash glue on because I'm gonna take these off in like an hour. Yeah, super excited to see where Kenobi goes. It's gonna be interesting, I think, no matter what. Yeah. But on top of that, other stuff I watched this week. I've been watching Andrew Garfield's show Under the Banner of Heaven, and it's so weird because I have not been seeing any press about it, and I think that's suspicious. If you haven't seen it, it is his new show where he plays a cop investigating a real crime that actually happened. It's like a true crime series / cop series. But he is playing a cop in Utah, and he is investigating a murder that was caused by fundamentalist Mormons. And I think that's just interesting. And I love Andrew Garfield. He's my favorite Spider-Man. I think he is a fantastic, underrated actor. So I was watching it for him, and then I also have a friend that used to be Mormon who has been giving me some, like, backstory into some of the stuff, because they go into, like, the history of Mormonism and some of the stuff they do, like, in the temple. And I just kind of, like, asked her to, like, give me some helpful hints into, like, how much of this is actually true. But I think it has one more episode. He's like almost caught up with the killers. It's just really interesting because like I grew up very Christian. And then I switched to paganism when I was God, it was 2018. How old am I now? It's 4 years ago. I was 24, 25. I was about 20. I think I was 25. And come on, stick. I was 25, and I've kind of like made a lot of my peace with the religious trauma I faced. I actually like got off pretty easy, honestly. I know people that have it way worse than I did. I kind of like crimp my lashes together because I find that it makes it more seamless if I actually get the lash in there. There we go. I'm gonna pray I'm not doing this part too soon on this side. One side always looks better, literally no matter what I do. And apparently it's gonna be the right side today. Oh, I think that lash like survived. I cut mine so that they are the length that I want them to be. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go for today. You can kind of see it a little better. I think it's fun. I think it's cute. Yeah, Under the Banner of Heaven, definitely recommend. It's on Hulu. I watched that this week, just the newest episode. I watched Invincible finally. I just like never got around to it. I definitely like it way more than The Boys. I watched The Boys. I like The Boys. I just think The Boys is kind of just like weirdly violent for no reason other than to just be violent, specifically toward women. And I don't love that. I feel like I'm missing a step, but it's literally just because I didn't put eyeliner on. I am going to... I'm gonna grab an eye pencil and I'll be right back because I just want a little more zhuzh. And I'm gonna be really awkward about it. I have no idea what my roommate is doing, but they are being so loud. I grabbed green and I grabbed purple, and I'm gonna do one of each. You know what? Screw it. I'll do one of each. This one is like kind of iridescent, so it's hard to like see where you put it. It's funny because it ultimately kind of looks the same, but I don't care. It's two different colors. Yeah, I watched Invincible. I really liked it. It was weird for me mostly because like I find it funny when you find like TikTok sounds in the wild, because the whole like what's another 17 years, like I was forgetting, I don't know why I thought that was from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 specifically. I just did. I thought it was from Guardians of the Galaxy. But then again, 17 more years makes more sense. Or Invincible. I think the build up for it was like really good, because I, having it spoiled for me because it's been out for a while, thought that like his dad was insane from like the start, and they definitely like, I mean he is, but like they slow build it a little bit of just like kind of wondering why it is that way, whereas like with the boys it's like Commander is trash from the start. It's just wild to me. And it's funny because I feel like we're in this era of making, moving this closer, I feel like we're in this era of making superhero shows where like superheroes are not good people, and I kind of like it, but it's also kind of like bumming me out a little bit. Like I want superheroes to be nice people, and they're just like not nice people anymore. And it's interesting, I think, for me, because like I've been around for 30 years and I've watched a lot of media in those 30 years, and I've watched a lot of media from before my time, and it's definitely interesting, especially with superheroes, the way that we're going, because like we went through like the pre-Spider-Man and pre-X-Men where everyone loved superheroes, and then we went through X-Men and Spider-Man where people were kind of like iffy, and then with X-Men especially they were like, I don't want this. And then we got like Batman Beyond and Dark Knight, and it was just kind of like maybe they're necessary evil, and now it's kind of like, well, what if Superman was evil? Is like the whole premise of the Commander, and then also Invincible, and I think that's really interesting because I think they're definitely both going into this idea of Superman being a colonizer rather than just seeking refuge. It's also crazy to me because like they've done comic book series, and they've done like, not series, they've done comic book events where like they explore the fact that like, what if he was adopted by the Luthers? What if he was like adopted by someone terrible, like, or he chose like not to be a good person? Like they've done those storylines before, and it's just kind of cool that like those are what's being made right now. I just wish they would kind of commit to it, because overall I'm just really tired of Superman as like a character, so I'm fine having these like Superman types without actually being Superman. I just really want Raven to get an accurate representation one time. Just once. That reminds me though. Book-wise, I've been reading Sandman, and I'm super psyched about it. I'm gonna raise myself up a little. I'm so psyched on Sandman right now. I really wanted to watch the show when it came out, but like just even from the trailer for the show, it looked really hype, and so I'm really, really excited about it. I've been reading the books rather than like the volumes, so the books have like about 20 issues of the comic in it, whereas the volumes only have 8, because like it is more cost effective for me to buy a $20 book or a $30 book rather than a $20 volume, because I'm gonna end up spending twice that amount on the volume. So I already read the book 1, which is the first like I think 20 or so issues, and then book 2 has the next like 20 or so, and I definitely really, really like it. I like where it's going. It's very weird. I didn't realize that DC relabeled Vertigo comic books as DC Black Label, and that kind of bumps me out because it sounds like a whiskey. And like I get why I don't even get why they did it. They should have just left it as Vertigo. It's like a heritage thing. Like now I have Vertigo comic books that say Vertigo and some that say Black Label, and it bumped because I should have bought all of the Constantine comic books with the Vertigo label, and now all the new ones are going to say Black Label, and just like, but it's fine. I'm really like more interested in seeing how they're going to take Sandman and then make it into a show, because it's like one of those like weird Constantine things where like it's all over the place. It's kind of a fever dream. So I don't know if they're going to keep that like randomness energy going or if they're going to change it up. It's just going to be strange for me, but I don't know. It's going to be very different and very strange. But other than that, I read Game of Retribution, which is the newest Hades and Persephone's book by Scarlett St. Clair. I found it a week before its release date at a bookstore an hour away, and I drove an hour to get it, and I finished it 2 days before it technically came out. It was so good. It was so worth it. I'm so happy. I want the next one. It's a romance novel, and I tore through it. I read that book so fast, and then I was immediately depressed because the next one doesn't come out till next year. Like, literally a year from, like, today. And I'm so mad, because I'm like, maybe I should have taken more time to read it. But, yeah. This is my makeup look for today. I don't really have anything else to talk about. Those were all my talking points. I have a new Switch coming, so I'm gonna hook it up and play Spyro soon. So you get to watch me be horrible at that game. I am so bad. Actually, I'm pretty good at Spyro once I get going. I'm really bad at, like, everything else. Spyro is one of the few games I feel like I'm actually kind of good at. And I think I'm like halfway through the first game. So what's nice about this is I can actually just like play my own game. And yeah, maybe I'll play Pokemon too, because I played Acarus and the newest one. I played the newest one right up until you have to like fight that Pokemon, and then I was like really bad at it. And I was like, I don't want to do this. I also don't want to play the Skyrim of Pokemon. I want to be able to just buy Pokeballs. I don't want to make them. That drives me crazy that I have to like make shit. Like, sure, it's more immersive, but like I hate it so much. I was like, you're taking everything I loved about this game and you're making it harder. But the guy I bought the Switch from is also sending me like the other 2 newest games, so I might just play Sword or Pearl and just like knock that out. I think one of those doesn't have like any fire types in it though, so one of those is getting kicked out for me because I exist on fire types and I cannot play without fire types. So yeah, that's it. So I'll be back tomorrow at 3. Tomorrow at 3. I think my schedule's updated. I always post an updated schedule, or if there's like a last minute change on my Instagram. I've been really bad about coming back and making videos, and I'm trying to work on it. But yeah, that was all I had to talk about. I talked about literally everything, so I'm gonna go and watch more Bob's Burgers.